All right, once again, we are here for another exciting episode of The Point, Walk the Walk, sports talk, where our goal each time is to help parents, players, and coaches become more intellectuals of the game. Now, tonight's topic is the power of parenting in player development. So I mean, it's a lot to unpack when you talk about that, fellas. I mean, there's so many variables. You know, parents have such impact over the kid and influences in ways that sometimes are beneficial and sometimes are detrimental. So we're going to get into all the different ways that parents impact kids in relationship to their teams, in relationship to their trainers, because today training is such an integral part of the whole process, and parents have always been an integral part. And tonight we're just going to see where and when parenting should be applied.
It's crazy that we're talking about this right here because I was in the gym the other day and 5th, 6th grade kids, right? And there's 3 parents sitting next to me, and I hear them going off coaching their kids. And I'm going to use the name because we talked about this. Dan Finkley, right?
Mr. Finkley.
He walked over. Yep. He walked over and he said, "Hey, could you guys just let us do what we do?"
Now,
It's important.
Where were you, Craig?
Rainier Vista.
Okay, we're here in Seattle, Rainier Vista. Okay.
Rainier Vista, and two and this is the crazy thing is 2 moms, and I'm sitting next to them and I'm going, it's hard because when you, as we know, we're coaches, right? We're evaluators. We understand things that go on, should or shouldn't. Kids should or should not hear certain things that go on in the gym. And the parents were like going off on their kids. And I'm going, whoa, you guys aren't even coaches. You're not coaches.
What was the issue?
Issue was they were like, you need to be doing this, 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 and this. And I'm sitting here going, whoa, that's not what they need to. That's not what they need to be talking about right now.
They were talking to the players themselves.
They're talking to their kids.
Okay, so the parents were talking to their kids. Okay, I just want to get this straight.
To the kids. And then there was another parent, and his son was obviously one of the top kids in the program. He's going off, and Dan was sitting there going, "Man, just let us do this."
Yeah.
This is the problem with basketball and in the United States right now. Because it's like all these parents are trying to be somebody that they're not. They're not coaches. They're not trainers. But they're trying to figure out how they can be part of who they need to be in this environment. And that's not your, we talk about this, Troy.
Yeah.
That's not your lane.
No, it's not their role. Their role is role. The parents' role. I mean, the parents' role is that of evaluators. They should evaluate whether they should have the kid in the program in the first place. Ed and I talked about.
There you go. That's it. That's it right there.
They should evaluate the program and the coaches off the rip. And if they see that it's an environment where it seems to be enriching for the kids, then they got to step back and let the coaches do their job. Now I won't say any names, but I've been in environments with my kids, and I've felt like, you want to interject something. You want to sit there and watch and whatnot. But there's a time and place for that. It's not is not in the fray while the game's starting.
And so, go ahead.
No, I remember old used to bring the parents around in the beginning of the training sessions, like when they first started doing the season, and would talk to them all about let us do our job, let us do what we got to do, and if there's anything that you want to discuss after, then we'll discuss it. But
Correct.
leave the kids alone. You said they were in a training situation, right, Craig?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
fifth grade,
That's what it was.
fifth grade.
Yeah, it's fifth
Yeah,
grade.
they need to leave them alone. I've been in the gym where parents have been chopping up their kids as well, man, and all it does is get the kids nervous.
It's a
It just
distraction.
doesn't set up a good environment for the kid, and the other kids be tripping too, listening to the parents or whatever. It puts added pressure on the kid, and they don't need it. Those kids are developing at that time, and the most important thing is they're getting their reps in, and they're working hard, and they're listening to what the coaches have to say. And that, to me, that's all they need.
I told you this the other day, Troy, and one of the best parents that I've been in the gym with was Larry Fitzgerald 4 years ago, and it was crazy because Larry, I don't know if you guys, he's such a cool guy, and he came in, and at the end of the day, he kind of kept inching his way on the bench, and then he came over and he started talking to me. He said, "Man, he wasn't trying to give any implement or anything like that. He was just like, man, I just like what you do, bro."
Yeah.
It's
And
good. It's good.
it was the first time that I had a parent who I was like, because that whole group, I had to take them out. I took them outside and I told them, "Hey, look here. You're here to cheer and root for your kids. You're not here to to coach and teach your kids. That's why you guys got me here.
It's
Correct.
And
important.
so let's
Yeah.
get that
It's
together.
just
Let's
Yeah,
get that
man.
straight."
yeah.
Yes.
And so, but Larry wasn't one of those guys who was trying to get. He was just like, "Man, I just like what you do, bro." And that's what I was saying about Paul. Him and Paul, that was Paul's agent.
Okay.
Paul was his agent and all that right there. But
Correct.
all that being said, I've seen so much of this in the last few years. Like those ladies the other day, I was like, "Oh my God, you're the reason why there's brawls that happen in the gym."
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Putting
And
on the
and
ladies,
and
Greg.
Mm-hmm.
You putting
and
that on the ladies.
yeah, but it is what it is, though, bro. It seriously, man, it's so like I watch so much of this go on, and it's like you're getting to a point where this it's at a point where something crazy is going to happen, and then you're going to be part of it. That's what it is,
Well,
Man,
right?
I think those parents are living that dream, man. They
Yeah,
understand that there's money involved in the game now, so
there it is.
it's
Yep.
sort of added pressure. This kid can change all of our lives. And I'm just saying that just on top, but
well,
that is exactly what it is.
well, if that's
That's
the
the
case,
rip.
yeah. Well, if that's the case, that is true. And so, if that's the case, is there's a lot at stake, and so it gets back to the whole base of it, and the most critical thing is that the kid continuously develops. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's the most important part.
so anything
Well,
that distracts from that, like hearing multiple voices at times, uh,
right.
being in a place where they can't just lock in and focus on on what's on the menu for that occasion, because you
Mm-hmm.
gotta lock in and you gotta focus. And like I said, the job of the parents is to evaluate the program. The job of the program is to create boundaries in the beginning with the parents, because if you don't, the parents can end up running interference and ultimately not uh, getting what they want in terms of the best thing for their kid.
They're
Well,
going to interfere with his development or her
Yeah,
right.
development.
correct.
And all that being said, that's the thing I was talking to you guys about earlier with Kinsey is I need to step back and allow her to be her, right?
Yeah.
Not me be involved with who she should be, but me be, hey, how do you understand what's going on? Do you enjoy this right here? Boom, because that's at the end of the day, they have to be involved in that way, and so that's where I'm trying to be better as a parent. Yeah, and I'm not absolving myself of those people that were sitting next to me, because you know what, I could just be them people too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be that person that understands and gets it.
Well,
That's where I'm trying to get.
well, you're
Yeah, but
not in,
you're looking at it from a different perspective though,
correct,
because
correct,
like I said, you're a trainer, you've
correct,
been a player, and
correct.
you understand that her development, she's going to develop at the pace she needs to develop. She's already good. And like
Right.
we were talking the other day, it's going to come a time where you're going to be there just to shag balls for her while she's shooting, getting shots up,
Right.
you know,
Right. Right. Right.
helping her get
Right.
around, helping her get around you on a move or whatever. You're gonna work on other stuff with her to take her to that next level and just getting rep after reps after rep. That's outside of the training she has in the gym with whoever the trainer is, right? So, like I had to tell one of the parents years ago, he used to chop his son up all the time. I said, man, when you really think about it, man, what's going to be important is your relationship that you have with your child later on down the road, because this game ain't going to be here. It's your
Right.
relationship, and you can rip that relationship up right now, especially the way he was chopping him up. He was eating him alive. You're like, bruh, get off of him. I didn't want to say nothing at first, but
Well,
it got too
Right.
it
we've
got too
we've
Right.
bad, man. I feel sorry for the kid.
ultimately, uh, you're in a good position, like Ed said, because you have an expectation model. You know what to expect from the environment, and so you can be clear about your choice. There's a lot of insecurities. Insecurity is rampant because people don't know what they don't know. They don't know how to evaluate programs. They really don't know what's best for, not in every case, but in a lot of cases, they don't know what's best for their kids, but they put themselves in a power position, and it's not necessarily to the advantage of the player.
Right. Right.
And
No.
so,
True.
and you feel bad for them because they really don't know, because you, like we talked about before, there's no accreditation for people becoming trainers. So everyone's out there
Yeah.
promoting themselves like this
Yeah.
is the environment for your kid, because there's money involved, because there's sponsorships involved. So parents are vulnerable. You're lucky to find yourself in an environment where your kid is actually getting the right information in the right format, so that it truly impacts their growth.
Right. And that you couldn't have spoke to it better than that right there, Troy. Because that's where, like, I'm sitting there, like, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay, all right, how do you, I mean, how do you, like, look at this, and how do you see this, and boom, and I'm like, man, they don't know what they don't know, because they're just trying to be parents who are trying to get to another level. I don't know if it's money,
Everybody
if it's
wants it.
something else.
Everybody wants it bad because the opportunity is so great.
It
Right.
is. Yes. Yeah.
Right. And you know what? I didn't know this. We we just happened to stumble on it. She's just who she is, bro. And, like, I don't know what the next phase brings to this right here, but I know we're gonna be involved in it, right? And so
Yeah,
we're trying to manipulate it as we go along.
yeah,
Man,
And
don't set no expectations for her. Let her do that
th-
for
th-
herself.
yeah,
And you just help
yeah,
her, you help her get there. Like I said, and
right.
don't think about the WNBA. You think about getting her to college, getting her to the right
Yep.
college that's gonna fit the system
The
and the way
right
she
time.
plays. The way she
There.
plays.
Well,
Right?
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
you should focus on her like we talked about in the last episode. I think you should be focused on her weaknesses, and what I said about my dad, how brutal he was. Not brutal, but how emphatic he was about, or how adamant he was about doing the right things, and not necessarily based on your performance at this level, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward and projecting to where you say you want to go. And
Right.
so
It,
that
it,
she's always moving up the ladder. I mean,
Right.
I think her game continues to scale is the most
Well,
And,
critical.
it's funny, Craig. I don't mean to cut you off, Craig. When you said she had 40, the first thing I thought about was how did she get to 40? As being a
well, this
point
is
guard, was she
this is
able?
the
Did she distribute,
th-
get
th-
people
m-
involved,
th-
and did
th-
they win?
and, and that's what I'm going to say to you. She got 40, and I didn't know she had 40 until I saw the stat
Uh,
afterwards. She
uh-huh.
was so good at doing the other things, distributing, doing this, playing that, and I was like, "Ooh, she's
Yeah,
I
I like
think
the way
she's
she did
pretty
that. Yeah,
fucking she's pretty good, bro."
yeah.
Nothing
And
turned up, huh?
and this is what I tell people. She's not the best at being on the offensive side of the ball. She's the best because on the other side of the ball, she is a
She's
nightmare,
she's
bro.
fierce, a fierce
Yeah,
defender.
she's D's
Yeah,
up.
that's
She's end to end,
oh
bro.
oh
End
okay.
to end. And I was like, "Oh, you got that in you? You got that dog in you?
Okay, I
I like
Oh,
that.
let's go.
like
Let's
that.
go places. Let's
I
go
like that. I
places."
like that.
That sounds
I
Yeah,
good.
like that.
That's a coach.
yeah.
That's a
So
coach's dream right there.
yeah,
When,
Yeah.
when your
and
point
you,
guard, yeah, when your
yeah,
point guard sets the table defensively, man, that really helps. That really helps. That really
and,
helps.
Yeah, make things a lot easier.
it's such a different deal. And I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know it." She was down in Ohio, and she was picking up end to end, and all the coaches were sitting there going, "Oh, she does that?"
Yeah.
And I go,
Okay.
"Yeah, that's my dog.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
I think the
That's
most
my dog."
I think the most
Yeah,
important thing for the point guard, who's that
yeah.
type of point guard, if you can at least pick up 3/4 court and start pushing the guard to a certain area, then it makes it easier for the defense to make their shifts and rotations. Uh,
Hmm.
it's to hawk and harass the point guard is the ultimate disruption of the offense.
she she
Yeah.
she did she did something that I didn't even know. She's like, "Dad," she goes, "Did you see me take my shirt off and I just have my gun showing?" I said, "What are you talking about, kid? What are you talking about?" She's like,
Well,
Oh, she
"Yeah,
feeling herself, huh?
I was
and,
showing them.
and,
I was
and,
showing them what I'm doing." I said, "Okay,
and
okay, that's what
and you
we're
know why
talking
Craig
about."
said that? Craig said it that way because he didn't know what she was talking about because Craig didn't have no guns when he played. Well, I'm
But
not trying to
all that
crack.
being
I mean,
said, I'm talking proudly about her because I love her to death, man,
of
and
Yeah,
I
that's
love
course.
right.
both my kids. You know what I'm saying? But we talk about the WNBA and we talk about basketball and we talk about, and it's like I watch it a lot more respectfully now. So I'm watching the game so much more respectfully,
Yeah,
and I'm proud of her, but I'm also, man, I think I want to get into the game, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just
like
do.
coaching on the
Yeah,
coaching side.
yeah,
There you go.
the coaching
There you
side of
go.
it. Man, I mean, when I did it last year, I didn't know what I was gonna think of it, and then when the girl took off and she had pregnancy, and then next thing I know, I for 12 games I was coaching. I was like, I I think I like this.
Mm.
Let's
Oh,
go,
that's
bro.
right. There you go.
Let's
Well,
do this one. Let's do it. Let's
well,
do it.
I think parents should honor the four things that happened at the game. And I mean, that's really how I think about it. Now, like I said off top, that your job is to evaluate the program and see
Right.
if it's a fit for your kid. But there's four things that happen at the ball game. I know you guys have heard this. The players play, the coaches coach, the
Right.
officials officiate the game, everybody else are spectators.
That's right.
Right. Right. No. That's all. And so when I was sitting in the gym the other day, those are the things that I was thinking. All right. I put it all in
Yeah,
perspective.
those are the lanes.
Yeah. Put it in perspective. Right. And so, man, the hardest thing is this right here, you guys, is I've seen so much happen with our game. You're like, wow, man, how did it get to this point? You know what I'm saying? How did they get to a point where they're yelling, they're doing this? Man, they might run out onto the court. I'm like, whoa,
The,
where did this come
the
from?
the stakes are higher. The stakes are
Yeah,
high. We
but
knew
but
we knew what the stakes were, but parents now they're being told, man, you got a chance for your kid to make some money. You know,
Yeah.
even in high school. See,
it
so the stakes are
yeah,
high. You know,
it's the
yeah,
craziest thing, and it's, yeah,
you gotta set your rules from day one. I've seen
right,
coaches kick the parents out the gym, all of them. Drop your
yeah.
kid off, go to the mall, go have some lunch, whatever. Come back,
Go do what
we'll
you
send
got
you
to
back
do.
outside. Why you guys are too
Right,
involved. Now, if you guys can get together and leave your kids alone, let them train, then you can come back in the gym. But as of right now,
Been
don't even
there,
come in the
been
gym. Just
there,
drop them off. And if you don't
been
like it,
there,
don't bring him at all. It is what it is.
been
You
it is
know,
what it is.
and
Yep.
been
sometimes you have to do that because the kid can't work on what he needs to work on. The coach can't get everything he needs to get out of him if he's listening to dad and mom curse him out on the sideline. He's
There,
not
there,
focused. Get out
yeah,
the gym.
yeah.
Get out.
Let me tell you this. I had a parent, I was training the kid. I had been training the kid for going on 2 years. And the progress in the kid was obvious. I mean, the kid was, you know, uh, doing what you want. You know, chartable growth. That's all you could ask for,
That's right.
in a number of different areas in his game. Well, his mom came to a session. It was her first time coming to watch us in a session, just a random session out of, you know, we work on all kinds of different things in session, and we never know what's
Yeah.
going on. That, but she decided that I didn't know what I was doing, and that
Okay.
didn't she didn't think that my approach to her kid in that moment was valuable. And so it actually interrupted the training. And
Mm-hmm.
then he eventually got back to training, but it created the tension to where we really didn't continue moving forward. And what I say to people, and not in a pompous way, but anyone that I've started to work with, because everybody doesn't know, there's all kind of different environments, there's all kinds of people that are valuable and that can help your kid to a certain level. There's, you know, there's level 10 to 20 and level 30 and level 40. You get to the pro level, let's say level 70. But uh, sometimes when parents interrupt, I'm prompted to say there's only two places to go once you start with me. Either you get miles ahead or you get left miles behind where you could have been. I'm not saying that you don't even get that you don't not getting better someplace else, but based on what the package that I have available, I think either you get miles ahead or miles behind where you could have been.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you
Eh,
understand what I'm saying, Craig.
Oh man, I'm shaking my head with the big head shake right now, bro. Because I know I've been in the gym. I've talked about, and you have people that come through the door but the crazy thing is they don't really know what they don't know, but they think they know more than they know.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's true.
And the
honest
thing,
truth is that, and you feel, and I'm not trying to knock them down, but I'm just telling you, like, let let us be who we are as coaches, right? Because then we can help them get to another place that they think their kids should be.
where
That's
they
right.
where they want where they want their kid to be,
Yeah,
but
there we go.
they don't they don't uh, they don't plan on running interference. Like you said, they just don't know better, and it's a vulnerable place to be. It's all. I mean, I have empathy for them because, like you said, they don't know, and they have all these people telling them the right things, maybe, and then
Mm-hmm.
we talk about by the time you get to where you're going, there's a small window by which you get to actualize as a player. And once that window closes, it doesn't reopen. And so you have to so you have to fit all your work, all your good
Right.
work into a short period so that you get the benefits that you're looking for. because, like
Mm-hmm.
we said, the opportunity doesn't go away. Just if you're not timely, the opportunity is going to go to somebody else.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
This is the crazy thing is, um, being where my daughter is at in this space, it's opened the door for me to try to understand a lot of different things, right? So I did. I'm looking. I'm like, man, I think she's good. I don't know, but then I've also seen other girls, and I'm like, damn, that girl's pretty good. But you have to find, where does your daughter fit? Where does that space fit? And so I'm continually learning this right here. And this is what I say. She's
She
going to
does that.
play
She does
volleyball
that.
this year.
She carves
Yeah.
that out though, Craig. When she matches
There it is.
when she matches up against that girl, you said, "Damn, she's good." When she matches up,
Yep.
you know, it won't take
Yep.
long. And
Yep.
the girl may score more points than her, but the way Kenzie gets hers, how she gets hers, how she handles it, you'll know. When you leave the gym, you'll know, like, oh, she's
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
She's ready.
Well,
All
well
right, some things we need to work on.
yeah, and that's the only thing that I live by for letting me understand where she was at is
Yeah.
when I left the gym. Do people say she is that player? And I was like, I don't have to say anything else. Boom, drop the mic. She's good, bro.
Well, Craig, it excites me, and it gives me, it encourages me in terms of her prospects. When you say that she, part of her calling card is at the defensive end, because
Oh, yeah, yeah,
there's always room. The best defender not only makes the team, but we've talked about it before. The best defender should play.
He's getting on the floor. Yes, for
Yeah,
sure. She's gonna get
he
some
or she
time. Yeah.
he or she should get on the floor if the coach is worth their salt.
True.
Particularly if you've got a dominant defensive big or a dominant point guard, because that dominant point guard, like I said, disrupts the offensive flow. Patrick
Mm-hmm.
Beverly played in the league how many years with that?
7,
Man,
Oh, he
more
played
than
more than
that.
that. He played more than that.
that
He
seven,
got he
eight
Look,
got
years.
he got 10 or 12, man. Pat Beverly
there's
got
there's
at least 10 years.
there's a role for that guy. I mean, our homegrown guy. We watched Jason Terry get on the
Yeah,
floor in Arizona because as a freshman, that kid was locking up, and then of
Oh, he
course,
could,
Jack gonna knock shots down, but just getting on the floor gives you the opportunity to do other things. So when she's a defensive minded,
yeah,
uh, uh, not necessarily even first, because she's scoring 40. Obviously, she's a scorer first
mm-hmm.
type. But the people that have the presence of mind to, like, I hate it for people to score, and I appreciate and applaud other players who add that to their arsenal, where they think that, hey, I'm
yeah.
only a complete player if I'm willing to lock up on this end.
Gotta
And,
lock up. Yes.
and that's the like I told her. I said, you know what, Kenzie? I said, there's a lot of people that can score. I said, the separation is going to be on the other side of the floor. And she's like, Dad, I
Stop them
get it.
from scoring.
There we go.
Stop them.
She goes, Dad.
Yes.
She goes,
Yeah.
Dad, I get it. And I was like, okay, okay, sis,
I'm gonna give not only
okay.
am I gonna give you buckets, but I'm gonna stop you
I'm,
too.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Pick
So
any school
that
she
that, that
wants.
so
yeah, yeah.
so
So definitely.
all those years you spent in California, inside those programs, with Owen Simples. A lot of people know who Owen is, and with your son and all those players. No, what's the worst example that you've seen of parent interference?
I just alluded to it. Like I said, there was a parent who was chopping his son up. He was wild tight anyway, but he used to come in and scream on him, cursing, in front of everybody, and he had a deep voice. He was loud, And I was sitting there, and we cool, I was sitting next to him, we chill. I let it go on for a while. And then I had to tell him because I pretty much got fed up with it. I was like, hey man, I told him about his relationship with his kid, and you can see it was frustrating the kid when he was chopping him up. He couldn't even perform. He couldn't do anything. So, I just told him, I said, man, maybe you need to drop him off. You might need to drop him off and go hang out or whatever, and let him do his thing, and then come back because, like I said, you stunt his development. You're stunning. He's not going to be able to move forward if he's looking over at you every 5 minutes, making sure everything is right. He's doing everything
Well,
right for you, So it was that, and some instances in the games with parents that I didn't know, and we go to tournaments and parents running on the floor, cursing, getting ready to fight. It's just like every
well,
gym every summer. It happens, man.
well, if the parents are doing that at the game, can you imagine the ride home?
Oh,
The
yeah,
ri- What's the kid gonna?
I,
What's the kid
I'm
have to deal
responsible for
with
some of that. I'm
hosting that
responsible for
type?
some of that myself. I'm responsible for some of that myself. Yeah, chopping them up, getting
But
in their tail, man, like cursing them, all kind of stuff. But
yeah,
I had to take a step back and think about it, man. The kids, it's enough. They got enough pressure as it is, man. Like I said, the further they go, the older they
yeah,
get. They're trying to get to school. They're trying to get in school. They may not have as many offers that they think they should have. Other kids are getting offers. Other kids are signing. Like I said, the older they get, the more pressure. And like I said, how this middle stuff is, man. I had to sit back, man, and start taking a different angle at how I dealt with it. It was pressure on me
yeah,
as well, to be
yeah.
honest. I,
No,
I wanted him to go. I wanted him to go to school.
yeah, it
So
is, huh? It is,
it's
isn't it?
pressure. It's pressure,
Yeah,
man. So
but
you got to kind of got a fine line, man. And I found that out where I just made myself available for anytime he needed me to get in the gym, take him somewhere, anything he needed from me, I was there to give it to him. And I stopped chopping him. Long as he gave any effort, that's all I'm at. Give effort and work hard. That's all I ask. Wherever the
well,
chips
well,
lie, that's where they lie.
well, I think that's good. But that's a good approach because ultimately, because you have Craig, you have the experience, Ed, you have the experience. So you ultimately, and this is where I was. You want to push, because you do have to push a little bit, but you only want to push the kid in the direction that they want to go.
There you go.
If you haven't
That's
established
right.
kid that this is what the kid wants to do, then just meet the kid at where they are. But if they
Where you
say
at,
they
yeah.
want it, then you don't have to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig, I want to ask you before we got like 5 minutes here, but this is what I want to ask you. Now as a trainer,
right.
you tell me about the kid that quote got away that you felt like, because of the parent, because of the pressure of the parent. I don't know if you want to be mentioning any names or not, but tell us about the circumstance, how it felt.
This is crazy because you just said this. Actually, I'm getting ready to go to a camp with one of the kids that I saw. It's crazy, and I like you said, I'm not going to give names, but I'm going to a camp out here at the Clearwater Casino of
Okay.
a guy that's running the camp, and I started with him when he was in the 6th grade, and if and I hate to say this, but if we would have gotten to the point where he should have gotten to, he would have been in the league.
Yeah.
And you know him, but I'm not gonna say it. You
Who
know
was
him.
that? I think I know who you're talking about.
And he
He had
was
he had a good college career, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, he had a great college career,
Mhm.
right? But he didn't he like Pops was on him so bad, bro. I felt so bad, bro. I felt so bad. And me and him we're good friends to this day. Pops and I are. But I also knew that kid at the end of the day, he waited until 3 years into the league, and it was like, man, you're too late, bro. Too late.
Well,
But
he played 3 years in the league. Where did he play?
no,
Don't
no,
don't
no,
say
no,
that.
no.
Don't say
He
that.
played overseas for
Don't say
10.
that. Yeah,
For
yeah. Don't
10.
say that.
He,
Yeah,
yeah,
don't.
he
Yeah,
played
don't
overseas
mention
for
that.
10. Yeah, I know. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
don't know that.
he called me up the other day. The crazy thing is, he called me up 3 days ago, Fluid,
Wow.
and he
Wow.
was like, "Hey, man," he goes, "Man, I'm gonna be running this camp. Can you come in with me?" And man, it brought my heart to, man. I love the kid to death, bro. For real.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about, though. Yeah.
Yeah. You know who he is, Troy.
You lose kids, man. You lose kids, but you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them go because you just have to let them go. And it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
We've lost kids. We've lost kids, and I'm talking about me and O when me and O first started. We've lost kids that when they got in the gym, they couldn't make a layup. They could not make a layup with their good hand, not the off hand. They couldn't make a layup, and man, I'm telling you, it hurts. But you got to let them go. You know.
Well, I'll tell you. Let
me say this real quick.
Real quick.
All right.
We moved down to Arizona. Ended up, I'm coaching the team, and we played May hoops, and we won every game. And the kids I have on my team, I got 4 of those kids now who are going to be seniors. They're all top 50.
Okay.
Top 50. Eddie House's kids. Me and Eddie House talk to this day. Yeah. His twins, man, they get it done, bro.
The seniors?
Yeah. So, yeah, they're going to be seniors this year.
Okay.
They're playing at Compass Prep School out of Arizona. And then I got another kid who's playing with me. Man, I got a kid that's probably going to go to Oklahoma. I got 2 other kids that are going to Arizona. But that's the fun part of this shit, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The fun part of it is that right there. And those parents me and Eddie used to talk on the phone all the time. He called me up. Hey, Murray, man, I love what you do, bro. You know, you know, and we chop it up like that. And so those are the fun parts of the game that we're involved in. You know what I mean? So it's not always bad. There's some good stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
There's
of course.
Good parents and all that right there.
You meet some good parents, you meet some good people. Just the whole basketball family, man, it's good, man. And like you said, being able to watch those kids develop and get to that next step, that next level, college, whatever.
Yep.
You know, you feel it. Every shot they take is like you taking a shot. That's how it feels for me.
Correct.
Yep.
You know what?
Yep. No, definitely.
You know what, guys? That's correct because essentially, I'm going to read this real quick. We basically encapsulated this in a nutshell. What are the chances of randomly acquiring the necessary skill sets to become a top player? As a result, stars are rare. That means most players are in desperate need of the right information or materials to become the diamond of their dreams. And so we know this. And so it does hurt. It is a lot in the balance. And it is an equation. It takes the right information. It takes the right practitioners. It takes the right person. It takes the right amount of time. We talked about that last time. So parents running interference is just that. Anyway, once again, we are at the end of another exciting episode, and it goes fast. And, you know, if this is your first time watching us, please please comment if you can. Please share this with your friends. But most of all, interact with us. You know, we want to hear your feedback because ultimately our goal is to help players, coaches, and parents become more intellectuals of the game.
Right.
That's right.
Definitely.
That's right.
I love you guys, man. Appreciate the opportunity, bro. Yep.
All right.
Until next time. Peace.
Next time, let's get it on. Sugar!